the session to order. May we have the Honorable MP Saik Ibrahim Ali to lead us in the invocation.
آمين يا رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ولا تقنعنا بما تحب ترضى اللهم لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا اللهم اصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا واصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا واصلح لنا آخرتنا التي لا يمرنا الله اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Please remain standing for the national anthem and the Bangsamoro hymn.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagkaw, ay hinatang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang ay di magdidilig. Lumalang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga amin, ang mga
The Secretary General will please call the roll.
Roll call of the members of the Parliament. Abbas Ahmed, Abbas Harun, Abbas Basit, Abu Mujib, Alamia Laisa, Alaudon Mosbel, Ali Ibrahim, Ali Lanang Junior, Ali Eddie, Ambulador Suharto, Ambulador Abdulajis, Ampatuan Baitang, Anelin Susana, Antaw Muhammad Kelly, Arnado Marian, Asnawi Idan, Babaw Ali Muntaha, Balindong Pangaliwan, Basman An Matarhata, Kandaw Bay Maleha, Guranggalon Hasimi, Dumabang Albasya Ilawha, Ibrahim Ahod, Ismael Suharto, Estino Matarul, Gayak Abdullah, Gora Edward, Haji Abdullah Khalid, Hasim Abdullah, Hasan Hatimil, Ekbal Mahagir, Ismail Rasul, Jajuri Raisa, Jakilan Muslimin, Chikiri Al-Bakil, Kahalan Don Martin, Karon Faisal, Lim John Anthony, Leong Benjamin, Leong Don Mustafa, Lorena Jose, Nakatar Abdullah, Nakasalong Marjani, Nakatanong Amrosi, Maglangit Tarhata, Malik Hamid, Mantawil Baileng, Mastura Eshak, Matalan Japar Apollo Mikael, Mawalil Amil Bahar, Mendoza Proymin, Mitimbang Michael, Mitimbang Tawakal, Miswari Abdul Karim, Miswari Nur Reda, Mitmog Rasol Jr., Munoz Hussein, Oranon Soib, Pakasan Obaida, Ak Abdul Wahab, Pangandaman Nabila Margarita, Parcasio Randolph, Yang Ramon Sr., Ramos Jamila, Salindab Said, Salik Ali, Sangki Ali, Sema Omar Yasser, Sema Romeo, Sheikh Said, Silongan Aida, Sinulinding Kadil Jr., Sulaiman Ali, Tago Paisalin, Tan Nabil, Usman Adspar, Puto Basir, Uy Oyod Siti Fahani, Yaqub Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa bihi nasta'in. Mr. Speaker, with 46 members of the Parliament physically responded to the call in today's session, we therefore certify the presence of quorum. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ilan total?
46.
40?
6.
6?
46.
6? 7? With the certification of the Secretary General for the presence of a quorum, we will now proceed to do business. The Pro Leader.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before we proceed to the order of business, may we recognize first we have guests in the gallery, Mr. Speaker, starting with Ms. Kay Chastin Samson, the Program Director for the Special Olympics Pilipinas. May we request that she rise so that she can be recognized by the body. And
Welcome to the BTA Parliament.
as well, Mr. Speaker, we have friends from the Peace Builders community to represent the Mennonite Church of Canada. We have a good friend, Reverend Daniel Pantoja. Please rise.
Welcome.
Miss Aletea Pantoja Chan, Miss Mary Celorio, Mr. Arafat Balono, Mr. Rashid Baragir, and Ms. Farah Dumama Baragir, all from the Peace Builders community here to represent the Mennonite Church Canada.
Welcome to the Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We also would like to take this chance because of the presence of the object of one of our approved resolutions, AR number 361, resolution congratulating Minister of Basic, Higher, and Technical Education, MP Mohager Iqbal, for being conferred honoris causa by the Commission on Higher Education, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Administration by virtue of Commission Unbanked Resolution number 093/2023. May I request, Mr. Speaker, that we suspend the rules so that we can officially hand over the approved resolution to our colleague in this hall.
The rules is suspended for the meantime.
Saan na siya? Ayun.
We ask the Honorable Minister Iqbal to please come to the stage and receive. Maybe the deputy speakers present can join me. Mga ministers. Those who would like to join may join us. And the principal author, sino? Yes, sir.
Principal author niya.
Sino principal suspect?
Halika, principal author.
Huh?
Your words.
Please proceed. May mic ba siya doon? Hindi yata.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
It's like, I will not use the word lightning. It's a bad example. But the reality of the situation is that I was caught flat-footed. I did not expect this to happen, much less to render a short message. But good enough, because scouts are not only boy, even old people can be a scout. So old scout. So as an old scout, you have to be very ready at all times. I'm both honored and humbled by the resounding resolution congratulating your story about the award of doctorate degree honoris causa. Of course, I did not work for that. It was given to me by the Cotabato State University. And the certification was signed no less by the head Director General or Secretary, Rivera. And it was only communicated to me when I was in the office. I did not expect it to happen. But anyway, thank you very much for all those who sponsored and co-sponsored the resolution. Thank you very much. And I am really, I repeat, honored and humbled. Maraming salamat sa inyo, especially the acting speaker or the speaker and all the deputy speakers as well as my colleagues in the BTA Parliament. Maraming salamat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We move to the sixth item in the order of business. I offer, Mr. Speaker, an omnibus motion to dispense with the reading and move to the approval of the Journal of Appeals section, June 24, subject to style. So move, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to dispense with the reading and move for the approval of the journal of the previous session, Journal 24 of October 17, 2023 session, duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, we move to the reference of business. May we request the Secretary General to read the first proposed resolution under 7B.
Bills on first reading, there is none.
No bills on first reading, Mr. Speaker. We move to resolutions. We request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors of the first proposed resolution.
The Secretary General is directed to read the proposed resolution to include the title and the authors.
Proposed resolution number 368 entitled Resolution Reminding the Ministries, Offices and Agencies, including local government units in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region on the Commission on Audit Circular number 2013-004 regarding the information and publicity of programs, projects and activities of government agencies. Author, Member of the Parliament, Mahintan Ambatuan. Co-authors, Members of the Parliament, Liza Alamia, Amel Bahar Mawalil, Suharto Amburuto, Don Mustafa Loong, Rasul Mitmud Jr., and Rasul Ismail.
I move, Mr. Speaker, that this be referred to jointly to the Committees on Rule and Local Government.
Committee on Rules and there's a motion to refer this proposed resolution 363 to the Committee on Rules
And the local government.
and the local government. There any second? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved. Next.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors for the next proposed resolution.
The Secretary General is directed to read the proposed resolution 412 to include the title and the authors.
Proposed resolution number 412 entitled Resolution urging the Interagency Task Force
and the Joint Peace Security Task Force to establish a joint military station at Sitio Nunagel, Barangay Blanting, and Talayan, Maguindanao del Sur to ensure safety and to maintain peace and order in the community. Authors, members of the Parliament, Ramon Piang Sr., Eddie Ali, and Al-Bakir Chikiri. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Royal Mendoza, Muhammad Kelly Antao, Don Mustafa Loong, Rasul Ismail Randolph Parcasio, Aida Silongan, Omar Yasser Sema, Basir Utu, Ali Sulaiman, Dan Asnawi, and Khalid Haji Abdullah.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
There is a motion to refer resolution 412 to the Committee on Public Order and Safety. Is there any second? The same is duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved. The resolution is referred to the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors of the next proposed resolution.
The Secretary General is directed to read proposed resolution 428 to include the title and the author.
Proposed resolution number 428 entitled Resolution encouraging the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas through its monetary board to establish at least one bank per municipality in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Author, Member of the Parliament, Abahintan na Batuan. Co-authors, members of the Parliament, Laisa Lamia, Amil Bahar Mawalil, Suharto Bulugto, Don Mustafa Loong, Rasul Mitmug Jr., Rasul Ismail, Tawakal Mitimbang, Yapara Polo Mikael Matalam, Michael Mitimbang, Siti Pahani Oyod, Khalid Haji Abdullah, and Basir Utu.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the Committee on Finance and Budget and Management.
There's a motion to refer committee resolution number 428 to the Committee on Finance and Budget. Is duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby referred to the committee, said committee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors of the next proposed resolution.
The Secretary General is directed to read proposed resolution 450 to include the title, author, and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 415 titled A Resolution requesting the government of the day to direct all the concerned ministries and agencies to strictly enforce and monitor compliance to Republic Act number 7394, otherwise known as the Consumer Act of the Philippines. Republic Act number 10611, otherwise known as the Food Safety Act of 2013, and Republic and RA 10817, or the Philippine Halal Export Development and Promotion Act of 2016. Author, Member of the Parliament, Susana Anayatin. Co-authors, Members of the Parliament, Eddie Ali, Muhammad Kelly Antao, Abdulaziz Aminuddin, Michael Mitimbang, Tawakal Mitimbang, Basir Utu, and Amrosi Makatanong.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be referred to the Committee on Trade, Industry, and Trade, Investment, and Tourism.
There's a motion to refer this to the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we request the Secretary General to read the title and the authors of the next proposed resolution.
The Secretary General is directed to read proposed resolution 452 to include the title and the author and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 452 entitled A Resolution congratulating Cacao Maranao for winning the ABPA Paris 2023 Midai Gourmet Chocolate of Local Origin. Author, Member of the Parliament, Rasul Mitmug Jr. Co-authors, Members of Parliament, Laisa Lamia, Suharto Ambulugto, Bahintan ng Patuan, Rasul Ismail, Don Mustafa Loong, Anil Bahar Mawalil, Abdulaziz Aminuddin, Susana Nayatin, Muhammad Kelly Antao, Dan Martin Kahalan, Marjani Makasalong, Tarhata Maglangit, Michael Mitimbang, Abdul Wahab Pak, Ramon Piang Sr., and Ali Sulaiman.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this be treated as a simple resolution and be discussed accordingly.
There's a motion to treat proposed resolution 452 as a simple resolution and be included in the business calendar of business for the day. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we recognize the author of the proposed resolution, MP Rasul Mitmog Jr.
MP Rasoy Mitmog is recognized.
Mr.
Ano gagawin mo? You will deliver a speech?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, colleagues, itong resolution po ay para dun sa Cacao Maranao. Sila po ay nanalo sa Paris 2023 Medal Gourmet Chocolate Award. Nais po natin sila parangalan dahil ito po yung mga entrepreneurs natin sa Bangsamoro area. Ang interesting po dito sa produkto niya, dinala niya sa Paris, hindi lamang to yung cacao or tsokolate na normal, kundi palapa flavor din po. Okay. Tapos, Mr. Speaker, ito po yung nais natin dahil hindi lamang to special type of chocolate, kundi ang kagandahan nito, ito ay halal at galing sa Bangsamoro area. So, hinihikayat ko po at humingi ako sa ating mga kasama na suportahan po natin itong resolution at baka magkaroon po tayo ng Cacao Maranao sa susunod na session.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that we adopt the resolution for discussion of the body.
Ano?
Magtatanong.
What do we do next?
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of interpellations.
The period of interpellation, there is a motion to open the period of interpellation and debate. There is second. Walang magsi-second. Mukhang hangover pa kayo sa bakasyon. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize the first interpellator, Deputy Speaker Paisalintago.
The Deputy Speaker Paisalintago is recognized. Cacao Maranao.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Speaker. To the proponent of the resolution, may I be allowed, Mr. Speaker, to propound some clarificatory questions to the proponent of the said resolution, Mr. Speaker.
If the gentleman will yield.
So, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. First of all is para makita natin ng bakit nanalo itong Cacao Maranao. Mayroon ka bang sample para matikman natin dito? Sinabi mo kanina, with palapa ingredients. Kung ba natin matikman kung talagang may palapa siya ingredients, Mr. Speaker?
Hindi ko po in-expect, Mr. Speaker, na ma-schedule today. Pero ang alam ko po, Mr. Speaker, since last year, ang Moro Cafe po natin ay isa sa mga tumutulong sa kanila for consignment. I think pagka maganda yung stock, meron po silang available sa Moro Cafe. Pero hopefully makapagpadala po tayo next session, Mr. Speaker.
Bukas pwede na ito, no? So, Friday, bukas pwede ka na makapagdala, Mr. Speaker, ng para we have to taste our products. And then, Mr. Speaker, these local products will won in an international venue as ano ba ito? Anong napangalan niya, Mr. Speaker, if the of the proponent will expound on this of these local products that won in Paris. Anong competition yun nito, Mr. Speaker?
Every year po, Mr. Speaker, ito yung... sorry. Mr. Speaker, every year po, dun sa AVPA, yung sa Paris, meron silang competition, hindi lamang po ng kakao. Actually, dalawang bagay po yan, kakao pati ng coffee beans. So this year, hindi lamang coffee beans yung pinadala natin sa Paris, kundi pati yung kakao Maranao. Tinry po natin if makapag-compete tayo internationally. Alhamdulillah po, napili po yung ating contestant as a medal gourmet awardee. So ibig sabihin yung quality ng kanyang beans, no, yung cacao beans niya is international standard at isa sa mga masasarap. Mr. Speaker, yung nakita ko po mga nanalo sa award na ito, 2 years ago, instead of cacao, coffee yung nanalo, taga Luzon, pinuntahan pa ng embassy ng Pilipinas. So sa atin naman hindi tayo nakaabot ng Paris. So at least ito ang isa sa mga best natin maipaabot sa ating kababayan is recognition for her efforts.
And for the record, Mr. Speaker, this cacao Maranao was produced in the municipality of Bayang, Lanao del Sur, in which in one of our MP Al-Awwal was born. This is in Barangay Taguranao. This is barangay of one of our MP, Al-Awwal. And this is this area is located, Mr. Speaker. Is that true, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Ang Cacao Maranao po ay producer sila ng chocolate ng Barangay Taguranao, Bayang, Lanao del Sur. In fact, Mr. Speaker, ang challenges sa kanila ngayon is to source out yung halal na cacao. So hindi lamang sila nagpo-produce ng coffee, tumutulong din po sila sa locals to produce more cacao. Kasi ang nais natin is makaproduce tayo ng halal cacao. Dahil sa may mga ibang areas naman po na mag-source out ng cacao, pero ang balita sa akin nung entrepreneur, sa iba ginagamit nila pataba yung dumi ng baboy. So hindi niya sinosource yung coffee niya sa ganung farm. So sinosource siya lang kung saan sa tingin niya at na-ensure niya na halal po yung source ng kanyang cacao.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Last two questions. You said a while ago, Mr. Speaker, that this is halal. Is this certified as halal by a certified body, Mr. Speaker?
Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, hindi ko na nailagay dito kung sino yung nag-certify sa kanya. Except lang, kinukwento niya lang sa akin, Sir Speaker, na baka ito yung mga next steps na gusto niyang itaguyod na maka-receive talaga siya ng tatak. Pero kinukwento niya lang yung efforts niya on bakit pumili ng seeds ng cacao at saka bakit tumutulong sila sa Lanao del Sur na in-encourage nila magtanim ulit ng cacao dahil gusto nila yung source nila is halal.
Last question, Mr. Speaker. Ito bang nanalong product, local products in which it originates from the municipality of Bayang, ito ba minamarket na internationally?
Yes, Miss. Sa tingin ko, Mr. Speaker, nakikita ko po siya sa local, national, sa mga events ng mga cacao. As much as possible, kung nakakaabot siya sa labas, dahil dinadala siya ng mga kaibigan. Nakikita ko, nagpo-post siya sa Facebook. Hindi ko lang sure kung kaya niya or kaya ng kanyang production mag-export internationally kasi more or less medyo artisanal yung type ng kanyang production. Ibig sabihin, hindi to mass-produce. So mas madalas mo makita yung Cacao Maranao dun sa mga bazaar, sa mga trades, kung saan binibili siya more on pangregalo, pati para sa kanyang unique taste, Mr. Speaker.
With that, Mr. Speaker, kailangan the Bangsamoro government should give this full support with these products. The ministry MTIT yan, the Ministry of Science and Technology, para mapalakas yung international market ng produkto nito. Mr. Speaker, sinong individual na manufacture o naka-discover nitong Cacao Maranao garnish, you call it?
Siya po ay isang young woman entrepreneur, Mr. Speaker. Her name is Siti Aisa Yu Balk.
Siti Aisa
Siti Aisa Balk.
Balk. Siti Aisa Balk. That's all, Mr. Speaker. Isang karangalan ko maging isang co-sponsor dito, Mr. Speaker. Kung mamarapati ng proponent, Mr. Speaker.
Very welcome po, Mr. Speaker, at kung mas marami pa pong co-sponsor, sama-sama po tayo dito maging author, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Floor Leader. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we will next recognize MP Ramos for her interpellation.
MP Jam Ramos is recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. Gusto ko lang pong mag-manifest ng aking support sa resolution na ito. At kanina nabanggit ng ating butihing author na mahalaga na merong support na tayo din, no? Bukod sa recognition na ibibigay sa ating nagtagumpay na Bangsamoro. So, babanggit ko lang na itong Cacao Maranao ay minsan ay na-engage na rin ang aming opisina. In fact, kung matatandaan ko, kung tamang aking memory ay nagbigay kami sa kanila ng assistance, no, when they asked our office for some capacity building, no, na event, sa isang event sa Manila. So, yun lang, Madam Mr. Speaker, gusto ko lang i-emphasize na ang laki pa po ng potensyal ng ating mga Bangsamoro local entrepreneurs, no, sa ating rehiyon. So, mahalaga po siguro na tulad ng nabanggit ni Deputy Speaker Tago kanina, na kung merong maitutulong ang ating ahensya tulad ng MTIT at ng MOST, ay malaking tulong po yun sa kanila. At itong pagpasa mismo natin ng resolution na nagre-recognize sa kanila, malaking bagay po ito. Kaya kung mamarapatin po ng ating butihing author, gusto ko pong makasama sa inyong resolution na ito. Yun lang po, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker, at very welcome po, at kung sama-sama po tayong lahat dito, mas maganda po.
Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we next recognize MP Babaw for his interpellation.
MP Babaw is recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Leader. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much also for recognizing me. Well, actually, medyo hindi 100% correct yung sinabi ni Deputy Speaker Tago, because I was not born in this barangay. But I was born in Bayang. Barangay Taguranao is only a barangay, component barangay in the municipality of Bayang. I was born in Dandaman, Renabor, Bayang, Nanagal Sur. Nasa taas yung Taguranao eh. But actually, Mr. Speaker, malaking bagay ito, itong pagkapanalo natin ng bar competition, not only in the Philippines but actually sa ibang bansa. Most of my statement now would like to address this to the Ministry of Agriculture. Meanwhile, that nandito yung aking boss, ating boss si Minister Jacob. Para at least baka sakali na mabigyan ng atensyon yung mga ganitong karangalan. Karangalan at the same time will encourage our farmers to increase their production. Now that we have already gained attention worldwide as the producer of a quality chocolate. So we might be ending up short of raw materials, but I understand the municipality of Maging, the hometown of MP Aminuddin Abdulaziz, is also producing cacao. Maraming mga tanim doon ng cacao, not only in Bayang. Kasi nagugulat ako eh. O, kukunti lang yung mga puno ng cacao in my municipality. But despite the fact that it's really that short production, Mrs. Balt was able to produce a very good quality of chocolate. At nanalo pa nga sa foreign competition. So, I hope hindi lang ito kasi I'm not satisfied with this resolution, the title of the resolution, by just congratulating the winner. And I hope, as I said earlier, Mr. Speaker, and I'm addressing this to the Minister of Agriculture, I hope magkaroon ng malaking atensyon para suportahan itong cacao industry. Malawak ang lupa natin sa Bangsamoro, in Lanao del Sur alone. Malaking pagkakataon kasi yung climate is really conducive to planting coffee, cacao. Dapat ito suportahan ng Ministry of Agriculture. Maraming malawak ang lupa dyan, may mga cooperative dyan, may mga farmers. I hope we can support them. But Mr. Speaker,
I-limit na lang natin kay MP Ras magsagot. Anyway, si Minister ng MAPAR nandito, nakikinig lang. So, no.
Yung suggestion ko lang kay Minister, sana magkaroon tayo ng area where we can produce seedlings ng cacao. Kasi ito nasa 4 taon lang pwede nang mamunga. Hindi katulad ninyo, it will take you about 7 years upwards para makapag-bunga. But itong cacao 3 to 4 years pwede na. So, para sa aking boss na si Minister Yacob, sana magkaroon tayo ng programa para sa yung mag-produce ng seedlings ng cacao and then distribute it to the farmers in Lanao del Sur, in Maguindanao, kasi yung climate dito okay na rin. Kasi itong cacao, Mr. Speaker, ang gusto niya yung medyo malamig at hindi naman masyado mainit. So, yun lang, I'd like to take this opportunity also.
Balik tayo sa ikaw Maranao winner.
The BTI, the MP also to promote this kind of activity that resulted, Mr. Speaker, for the recognition of our products. And I hope time will come, we can go into a massive commercial production of chocolate that is already competitive worldwide. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, MP Babaw, Ali Babaw, for that very inspiring speech. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May we now recognize MP Abdullah Hashim for his interpellation.
The Honorable Gentleman Abdullah Hashim is recognized. Ano yan?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Speaker, I would just like to inquire. Ito pong Cacao Maranao nasabi dito sa resolution is a proud pioneering chocolate bar producer from the said area. Gaano na po katagal sila nagpo-produce ng chocolate bars, Mrs. Speaker?
Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, yung portion na yun hindi ko natanong. Pero alam ko, before ko sila na-meet early this year, nagpo-produce na sila ng chocolate bars 2 years prior. Pero sa tingin ko, mas matagal pa din. Pero more than chocolate bars, Mr. Speaker, ang isa din sa kanilang goals and functions, yung sa social enterprise nila is really to magtanim din ng kakao.
So narinig ko din po doon sa interpellation na
Break tayo, 15 minutes.
okay, narinig ko din sa
Tapusin ka lang
interpellation
daw.
na sila ay nagpo-produce sila, no? Nagpo-produce and nakikita rin sa ibang areas ng ating markets yung product nila, pero hindi siya apparently hindi siya widespread, no? So is this true, Mr. Speaker?
Hindi siya in commercial, hindi po siya in commercial production. Subalit yun nga, may time na humingi sila yata ng tulong sa office ni MP Jam for workshop, ma'am, livelihood workshop. Then ang tingin ko early last year, hindi ko alam kung na-receive na nila yung grant. Pero meron din silang
Can we call for a break and we can just resume after our break? Break for 15 minutes.
أشهد أن لا إله
We will now resume the session. Floor leader, meron yata
I yield my time for interpellation, and I would just like to manifest my support for this resolution, and hopefully po matulungan natin yung the producer, no, the actual producer, because nalaman natin through this yung pagkapanalo nila na they have a world class quality of chocolate. So yun naman po. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, thank you. Di ka na humingi ng testing kung ng product. Floor leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have another MP who just wishes to make a manifestation. May we recognize the recognition of MP Yaqub, the
MP
Minister of
Yaqub.
Mafar. Yes,
MP
Mr.
Yaqub.
Speaker.
MP Yaqub is recognized. MP Minister Yaqub.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
As Minister of the Ministry of Agriculture, I would like to make a manifestation to support the resolution of the congratulatory resolution to the cacao Maranao product sa panalo nila sa Paris. It's really our proud na merong ganong entrepreneur na umabot sa international competition na nanalo sila. So I think the Ministry of Agriculture, as MP, member of the Parliament, I would like to appeal to all members of the Parliament na sana kasama tayo lahat sa maging co-author of this para ipakita natin sa mga farmer, especially yung mga farmer na may initiative na umabot sila sa ganong level of farming engagement na kasali na sila sa international competition. So second, I would like to inform the Parliament members na ang MAFAR merong ongoing negotiation with JICA na they want to promote cacao industry in the Bangsamoro region. Cacao. So after we have been in Japan I think last month na nagkaroon ng benchmarking ang Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Reform. One of the commitment of Hiroshima University, tulong po sila technically to introduce cacao industry in the region. Sa ngayon, meron na silang proposal submitted to JICA. So baka isa ito na maging program na makaka-support sa mga cacao farmers dito sa atin. At the ministry priority commodity, one of the commodity priority of the ministry, itong cacao industry. So with this, again, I'm very supportive to this resolution. And maybe isa sa gusto ko itanong sa author, itong expression of congratulatory resolution, it means support to the winner and the rest of entrepreneur on cacao. Kasi kung just a congratulatory resolution na wala namang support, baka I propose na idagdag na lang yung if you know, na express din yung support whoever want to engage in cacao entrepreneur. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. If I gathered it right, there was a motion and to include all physically present as co-authors. And is that accepted?
That would be very much welcome, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Floor leader.
Mr. Speaker, may we now recognize another MP for her manifestation, the Minister of Science and Technology, MP Ida Silongan.
MP Minister Ida Silongan is recognized.
Auzubillahi minasyaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa bihi nasta'in. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to be part of this resolution. And we in the Ministry of Science and Technology recognizes all these kind of accomplishment of our constituents, and every year we are celebrating the Bangsamoro Science and Technology Week, and we usually recognize all the innovators, inventors. We are giving them reward. So we commit to invite the beneficiary of this, the producer of this Cacao Maranao chocolate to be part of the next year's participant, and we will give reward to this participant. And aside from that, we will commit that if they will need assistance from our ministry, like processing equipments, product development, labeling, we will help them, inshallah. So that is our commitment, yeah, to encourage all the entrepreneurs and the producers of the Bangsamoro to do more for the economic development of the Bangsamoro, inshallah. Shukran, assalamualaikum.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other MPs manifesting their intent to ask questions, I move to close the period of interpellations.
There's now a motion to close the period of interpellation and debate. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? There being none, same is hereby approved.
I move, Mr. Speaker, that we open the period of amendments.
There's now a motion to open the period of amendments. Duly seconded. Duly seconded. Do I hear any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize?
Amendments?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, for proposed amendment from MP Mawalil.
MP Amir Mawalil is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I propose the following amendment. The Secretariat, please take note. Whereas, as part of the Bangsamoro government's intervention, livelihood financial assistance from the Ministry of Trade, Investments, and Tourism, MTIT, through the 2022 Transitional Development Fund, Impact Fund, TDIF, of the Office of Member of Parliament Jamila Disimban Ramos, and assistance from Ministry of Science and Technology, MOST, through the 2023 TDIF of Member of Parliament Attorney Rasul Mitmog Jr. have been extended to Cacao Maranao. Period, Mr. Speaker. Move to approve. May we request
What is the amendment?
That is the proposed amendment, Mr. Speaker, if the good gentleman from Lanao del Sur and Cotabato City approve.
Oh, we have no objection, Mr. Speaker. We accept that fully.
Thank you.
Amendments accepted.
That would be all, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much.
There being no other MPs, Mr. Speaker, wishing to introduce amendments, I move to close the period of amendments.
There's now a motion to close the period of amendments. There any second? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move to approve proposed resolution number 452.
There's now a motion to approve resolution 452. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, before we move to the next proposed resolution and we ask the Secretary General to read the title and authors thereof, may we recognize first a guest who is present in our gallery, the Executive Director of the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, Ms. Carmela Fonbuena. Can we request that she rise for recognition?
Welcome.
Ms. Fonbuena has been covering the peace process in Mindanao for a long time already, Mr. Speaker, and she was joined earlier during the break by friends from the media, also Sir Ed Lingao, Ma'am Rowena Paraan, and Sir Fertz Cabrera.
Welcome to the BTA Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We move to the next proposed resolution. May we request the Secretary General to read the title and authors of PR number 454.
The Secretary General is directed to read proposed resolution 454 to include the title, author, and co-authors.
Proposed resolution number 454 entitled Resolution Thanking the Mennonite Church of Canada for facilitating a fruitful and memorable study visit by the members of Parliament in Canada, and commending Deputy Floor Leader Attorney Mary Ann M. Arnado for arranging said visit in behalf of the Bangsamoro Parliament. Author, Member of Parliament John Anthony Lim. Co-authors, Members of Parliament Ladang Ali Jr., Eddie Ali, Bahintan ng Patuan, Marian Arnado, Anna Tarhata Basman, Shailaiha Dumama Alman, Soharto Ismael, Khalid Haji Abdawan, Muslimin Jakilan, Jose Lorena, Bailen Montawel, Floyd Mendoza, Ubayla Pakasam, Nabila Margarita Pangandaman, O Maria Sersema, Aida Selongan, Khalil Sinulindi Jr., Paisaling Tago, Nabil Tan, Siti Fahani, Uy Oyod, and Ramon Piang Sr.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we treat this as a simple resolution.
There is a motion to treat this resolution
454.
454, a simple resolution. There, duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize the principal author, MP Jet Lim, for his short statement.
The gentleman from Sulu and Tawi-Tawi is recognized, MP Jet Lim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In order to not to derail the train of congratulatory messages, with the permission of the Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity, allow me to digress, if only for a bit, to congratulate Minister Iqbal, also the Maranao Cacao, and meron pa ako nalagay dito. And of course, the son of our very own Deputy Speaker Omar Sema, who passed the medical board exam, which came out last week. So congratulations. Mr. Speaker, the subject of resolution, of our resolution today, is an offshoot of our recent study visit to Canada. I will not go into the details of the resolution, but allow me to share a little bit of our learnings that we gained in our visit. We observed we get to meet in person senators as well as members of Parliament of the Canadian Parliament and Canadian Senate. Thanks largely to the facilitation of the Mennonite Church of Canada who are with us today. May I request the members of the Parliament to give a round of applause for our commendee, the Mennonite Church of Canada. Umalis na. Anyway, the other half of our resolution, another commendee who also facilitated the visit in behalf of the Parliament, our very own Deputy Floor Leader, Attorney Mary Ann M. Arnado. Thank you, ma'am. A round of applause also for our esteemed colleague, Attorney Mary Ann Arnado. Sana maulit muli. But anyway, as I said as stated in the resolution, it was both fruitful and memorable. Why is it so? Because we learned one thing, that there can be harmony in diversity, and definitely there can be strength in unity. So, Assalamualaikum, and again, thank you, the Mennonite Church of Canada and Attorney Mary Ann M. Arnado. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Will there be a motion to waive or?
Yes, Mr.
Floor
Speaker.
Leader.
I offer an omnibus motion to dispense with the periods of interpellation and amendment and move to the approval of the resolution.
There's a motion to dispense with the interpellation and debate and amendments and moving for the approval of the resolution. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Say we hereby approve. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We move to the next item in the order of business. Considering that the chair of the Committee on Health, who is scheduled to render the committee report thereof, is not present, I move to defer consideration of this matter.
Committee Report 45. There's a motion to defer consideration of Committee Report 45 on which is the proposed resolution 304 to some other time. Duly seconded. There any objection? Chair hears none. Say me hereby approved.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We may request the Secretary General to read the title and the author of Committee Report number 51 submitted by the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism.
The Secretary General is directed to read Committee Report number 51.
Committee Report number 51 submitted by the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism on 6 Muharram 1445, Hijrah, 24 July 2023. Proposed resolution number 230, recommending its approval without amendments, sponsored by Member of Parliament Engineer Don Mustapalo, entitled Resolution Requesting the Philippine National Police Regional Office Pro-Bar to establish a police assistance desk in major hotels and inns located in popular tourist destination in the Bangsamoro region.
Mr. Speaker, may we recognize the Chair of the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism, MP Marjani Makasalong.
MP Marjani Makasalong is recognized.
Sige. Thank you very much. A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa bihi nasta'in wa alayhi natawakkal. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon. Dear colleague, Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Trade, Investment, and Tourism, to which was referred proposed resolution number 230, introduced by MP Engineer Don Mustafa E. Loong, with MPs Attorney Liza Alamia, Benjamin T. Loong, Engineer by Intan Adil Lampatuan, Attorney Rasol Mitmug, Amil Bahar Mawalil, Attorney Soharto Ambulutu, Rasol Ismail, Attorney Jan Anthony Lim, Hatimil Hasan, Bay Maliha Kandao, Suaib Oranon, Abdul Aziz Aminuddin, A.D. Ali, Tawakal Mitimbang, Tarhata Maglangit, Nabila Margarita Pangandaman, Mikael Mitimbang, Attorney Jose Lorena, Abdul Karim Miswari, Norida Miswari, Matarol Estino, and Ramon Piang Sr. as co-authors thereof, entitled Resolution Requesting the Philippine National Police, PNP, Regional Office Pro-Bar to establish a tourist police assistance desk in major hotels and inns located in popular tourist destinations in the Bangsamoro region. has considered the same and recommends its approval without amendments, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to approve committee report number 51 for deliberation. For deliberation.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, but I yield to the floor leader.
Not yet the approval, di ba?
Mr. Speaker, we move to adopt the
Adoption
committee
of
report
this.
For deliberation.
for deliberation.
For
Yes.
deliberation, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to adopt committee report number 51 for deliberation, duly seconded. There any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, upon prior consultation with the chair of the committee, I move to defer consideration of committee report number 51 and move that to the next session, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion to defer consideration of committee report number 51, duly seconded. Is there any objection? Chair hears none, same is hereby approved. Next.
Mr. Speaker, we move to Roman numeral number 10 on unfinished business. I move, Mr. Speaker, that we recognize MP Eddie Ali. We are now in the period of amendment, Mr. Speaker, on committee report number 48.
So the status of this committee report is on the period of amendment.
Yes, Mr.
Naumpisahan
Speaker.
na yung deliberation.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. The MP, the gentleman from Tawi-Tawi, Professor MP Eddie Ali is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, floor leader.
Mr. Speaker, there seems to be no one among the members of the parliament who would want to introduce amendments.
Meron.
Mr. Speaker.
You submitted. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Speaker. We have it flashed on the wall, Mr. Speaker, the proposed amendments coming from the different members of the parliament, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Basic Higher and Technical Education received proposed amendments to the BTA Parliament Bill number 31. And it is reflected, it is consolidated by the committee, and the committee has done it in the matrix form, and the amendments are made by provisions or by sections. The first one who submitted an amendment, which is an omnibus amendment, Mr. Speaker, may I request for recognition of MP. Hindi, bigyan ko lang siya. Nakakumita ako magsalita lang. So, may I have committed to request MP Parhata Maglangit to say his manifestation on his omnibus amendment, Mr. Speaker.
The floor leader will move to for her recognition.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize MP Tarhata Maglangit.
MP Tarhata Maglangit is recognized. Hindi pwede mag.
Thank you very much, Deputy Floor Leader, MP Attorney Raisa Jajuri. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sa ating kagalang-galang na speaker, mga kapwa MPs na narito ngayon sa session hall, mga kasamahan sa parlamento, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Nitong mga nakaraang buwan, ang salitang kuliya ay naging bahagi ng mga diskusyon tungkol sa BTA Bill number 31, isang panukalang batas na naglalayong itatag ang Bangsamoro Institute for Higher Islamic Studies. Ang kuliya ay isang faculty, isang school, isang center, o isang kolehiyo, pero naiiba ito sa lahat. Ipinapahiwatig ng salitang ito ang ating pagpapahalaga sa mga turo, paniniwala at aral ng Islam bilang bahagi ng sistemang pang-edukasyon para sa lahat, para sa ating bansa. May laman at bigat ang mga salita. Mas mabibigyan laman at bigat ng BTA Bill number 31 ang bihis kung malinaw na ito ay isang kuliya. Simpleng salita lamang ang kuliya, pero agad nitong nililinaw ang direksyong tinatahak ng eskwelahan sa pagtuturo at pag-aaral. At kung malinaw na ang bihis ay isang kuliya, malinaw din na ito ay itinatag at itinayo mismo ng Bangsamoro. Malinaw na ito ay may orientasyon na hindi mahahanap o maibibigay ng ibang eskwelahan na itinatag ng walang pagkilala sa ating kasaysayan at kultura. Mabibigyan din natin ng laman at bigat ang iba pang mga learning institutions na ating itatatag. Dahil ang bihis ay magiging precedent para sa mga kuliya na itatayo ng BARM sa island provinces sa nalalapit na hinaharap, inshallah. Ang kahalagahan ng salitang kuliya ay hindi nalalayo sa kahalagahan ng mga salitang gaya ng Sharia, ng madrasa, ng mujahidin, mujahidat. Ang mga salitang ito ay patuloy nating ginagamit bilang pagkilala sa ating kasaysayan at konteksto na ginagalawan. Ang paggamit ng salitang kuliya ay indikasyon ng ating paninindigan at pagbibigay halaga sa sariling pagpapasya na ating ipinaglaban at patuloy na ipinaglalaban. Ang aking pong proposed amendment ay palitan o isubstitute ang salitang kuliya sa lahat ng pagkakataon o instances na ginamit ang salitang institute sa ating bill. Ito po ang aking panukala o proposal. Maraming salamat po. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who brings success in any matter and on whom we depend for guidance. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Maraming salamat po.
Mr. Speaker, would like to start the amendment, on the body, Mr. Speaker, on the body of the bill, before we will tackle any amendment on the title. So we have, Mr. Speaker, on section 1, title, MP Ampatuan has an amendment, and the amendment of MP Ampatuan, Mr. Speaker, is accepted with the substitution or replacement of the word institute to kuliya, Mr. Speaker. Then on na po. Hindi pa yung title, hindi po title.
Lord Leader, pwede bang facilitate para hindi siya makikinig lang siya sa amendments, accepted or not.
Mr. Speaker, I
Diba?
believe that the proponent accepted the amendment to delete the phrase "and cited."
Yes.
But as
Ilong-ilong.
manifested earlier, the introduction or the amendment to change the word institute with the word POLIA will be deferred until all the proposed amendments in the body have been completed, Mr. Speaker.
From institute to kuliah.
That will be for later, Mr. Speaker. The proposed amendment right now is the deletion of the phrase "and
Cited, yeah.
And cited. Accepted?
Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Next.
Then section 2 on declaration of policies. MP Ampatuan has an amendment to delete all to strike through the definitions and then that a general a general definition for the definition of policy the counter proposal. The counter proposal is section 2, the declaration of policy. The Bangsamoro educational system shall be a subsystem of the national educational system. Pursuant thereto, the Bangsamoro government shall protect and protect the constitutional right of all to quality and accessible education at all levels, and to establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant and responsive to the needs, ideals, and aspirations of the Bangsamoro people. So, with the amendment of proposed amendment of MP Ampatuan, we have a counter proposal.
Lord Leader, can you act as para kayo para mabilis.
Can I request Mr. Speaker for a minute suspension? Just
Ah?
for 1 minute suspension, Mr.
1
Speaker.
minute suspension kasi nagdidiretso na siya eh. Session resumed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are in section 2 of the bill.
Yes, please. Please continue to facilitate.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Lord Leader.
So to reiterate, there is a counter proposal coming from the sponsor. And the counter proposal reads as follows. Section 2, Declaration of Policies. The Bangsamoro educational system shall be a subsystem of the national education system pursuant thereto. The Bangsamoro government shall promote and protect the constitutional right of all to quality and accessible education at all levels, and to establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant and responsive to the needs, ideals, and aspirations of the Bangsamoro people. Mr. Speaker, that is the counter proposal of the sponsor.
What is the reaction of the proponent of the amendments to the counter proposal?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Basically, Mr. Speaker, my proposal was carried out, only that the last paragraph which I intended to be deleted was placed before the second paragraph. So I agree, Mr. Speaker.
Agreed. It's accepted ang counter proposal. Thank you, Lord Leader.
Oh, kasi dinalit na rin nila.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, as a personal observation, this is subject to style. Maybe there should be a period after system, and the pursuant thereto is a new sentence. Moving on, Mr. Speaker, for section 3, there are multiple proposed amendments. The first being coming from MP Ramos. The proposal is to add a phrase after the section title, and then therefore the section will be introduced in this wise. So section 3, definition of terms as used in this act, the following terms are defined as follows.
Accepted.
Proposal is amendments is accepted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next proposed amendment is coming from MP Ampatuan. The proposal is to delete. The proposal is to delete the definition for Arabic language.
Accepted. Definition is accepted, except the term kulliyan.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, that's the first proposed amendment that I mentioned coming from MP Ampatuan.
Secretariat, paki-adjust nga to. Saan na tayo? Arabic language.
Mr. Speaker, going back to the introductory phrase, there is a proposal coming from MP Ampatuan to introduce a section in this wise. The terms used in this act shall each mean as follows.
Consort. We
reject.
Reject. The proposal is not accepted. The amendment is not accepted.
Mr. Speaker, we move to the third proposed amendment coming from also from MP Ampatuan. The proposal is to delete the definition for higher education institution.
Higher education institution is proposed to be deleted. Is supposed to be deleted. Accepted.
The proposal is accepted, Mr. Speaker.
Proposal accepted. Amendments accepted.
And then finally, Mr. Speaker, hindi pa pala final. Another proposed amendment coming from MP Ampatuan is to delete the reference to the word kuliya, to the reference to the term institute, and instead the proposal is to use institute in lieu of the word kuliya.
Islamic Studies in Arabic language.
Earlier, we said that the replacement of kuliya on an institute will be tackled later on. That will be an omnibus action.
Mr. Speaker, the proposal is deferred. The answer to the proposal is deferred.
The proposed amendments is deferred.
Yes. The answer to the proposed amendment is deferred, Mr. Speaker.
Will be deferred in the meantime.
Yes.
And we will go back to it.
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
The next proposed amendment, Mr. Speaker, coming from MP Ampatuan as well, is to delete the definition for madaris in its entirety.
Accepted.
Learners. Yung learners. Nauna yung learners.
Apologies, Mr. Speaker, the first before that is the deletion of the definition for learners.
Accepted, Mr. Speaker. To delete.
Allow the board of directors to determine the correctional opening.
Mr. Speaker, the proposal is accepted.
Next.
The next proposed amendment, Mr. Speaker, as I said, is the proposal to delete the definition for madaris in its entirety.
Accepted.
Accepted. Next.
So ano yung...
Tinanggal na lang yan.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, there is another proposal from the same MP. The proposal is to Mr. Speaker, can I get a minute suspension? Can I request for a 1 minute suspension?
1 long minute suspension. Floor leader.
Mr. Speaker, the next proposed amendment is coming from MP Loong. The proposal is to define the words madaris and madrasa in the same paragraph.
Not accepted.
Not accepted.
Not accepted.
The proposal is proposed amendment is rejected.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the next proposed amendment is on section 4, coming from MP Ampatuan.
Amendment to the two sections out of section 4. Accepted.
Mr. Speaker, the proposal coming from MP Ampatuan is to disconnect the reference to location from section 4 and therefore create a new section 5, which should read as follows. Section 5, location. The campus of the institute shall be in the current location of the REMA Academy in Buluan, Maguindanao del Sur, and such other areas as may be deemed appropriate for expansion to be approved by the institute's Board of Trustees. The proposal is accepted.
Yes, for the separation of two sections.
Yes, but do you have a counter proposal language, Mr.
The sponsor is saying it should be divided into two. Which will you divide?
Mr. Speaker,
Yung creation at saka location.
The section on creation of Bangsamoro Institute for higher education location. Deliver two sections already out of that one section, separating location from the creation. Pinaghiwalay lang po.
yes, Mr. Speaker, and I believe the sponsor has a counter proposal language so that the new sections 4 and 5 will read as follows. Section 4, creation of the Bangsamoro Kuliah for Higher Islamic Studies. There is hereby created the Bangsamoro Kuliah for Higher Islamic Studies, PKHIS, hereinafter referred to as a Kuliah, which shall be attached to the Ministry of Basic Higher and Technical Education. And then a new section 5 on location, which shall read as follows. The Kuliah shall be situated in the current location of the REMA Academy, in the municipality of Buluan, province of Maguindanao del Sur.
Mr. Speaker.
MP Ampatuan.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I maintain my position that it should be divided into two, but retain the original title, which is the institute, rather than changing it to Kuliah, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, also with regards to the deletion of such other areas, because during the deliberation of this bill, there were clamor coming from various stakeholders that the institute, it is not limited in Maguindanao province, but there will be an opportunity also to create in other areas like the island provinces that will serve the island provinces.
Session suspended for 1 minute.
Speaker, may we recognize the sponsor for revision of the counter-proposed language. Counter-proposal.
The sponsors recognized.
Mr. Speaker, the proposal is accepted, which includes already the task ngayon and such other areas to include already and such other areas as may be deemed appropriate for expansion to be approved by the board.
Mr. Speaker, so to sum the new section 5 that is accepted by the sponsor is going to read as follows. Section 5, location, the convenience shall be situated in the current location of the REM Academy in the municipality of Buluan, province of Maguindanao del Sur, and such other areas as may be deemed appropriate for expansion to be approved by the Institute's Board of Trustees.
Ano yun? Accepted ang proposed amendments or counter proposal? It's an amendment that has no counter proposal.
No, Mr. Speaker, it's not the exact language for section 4.
It's not the exact language
Yes,
of
Mr. Speaker. So it's still a counter proposal.
Of the amendment,
Subject the name of Korea. Anong final?
except to on the island discussion on the idea. Except on that.
May 4.
Gusto niyo mag-usap muna? Suspended, session suspended for 1 minute.
recognize the sponsor of the bill for his response to the amendment.
The sponsor of the bill is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, the amendment location, Mr. Speaker, is accepted.
Accepted.
Accepted to favor the island areas as may be deemed appropriate for expansion. Maybe Board of Trustees, Mr. Speaker.
Proposed amendments is accepted.
Accepted, Mr. Speaker.
To include sa other areas. Complete na ba yung pagkaintindi natin?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the next proposed amendment is coming from MP Ramos to rephrase Section 4 to read as follows. Creation of the Bangsamoro Institute for Higher Islamic Studies. Location. There is hereby Bangsamoro Institute for Higher Islamic Studies in the municipality of Buluan, province of Maguindanao del Sur, hereinafter referred to as the Institute, which is located at its current location in REM Academy. The Board of Trustees of the Institute may establish other branches in other areas as it may deem appropriate.
Not accepted.
Not accepted. I think it has similar import with the earlier amendments.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the next proposed amendment comes from MP Usman. The
I just came in because there was a lot of issues about institution specialized in all this. If we can just put it as a university that it's the board who will provide what kind of curricular offering can do. Para yun na lang to simplify matters kaysa institution, everything. It's still an institution. A university is an institution.
Is college, institute, is office. Thank you from the gentleman from Sulu.
Mr. Speaker, I'm deeply appreciative of the intervention of MP Lorena, this is the period of amendments. So maybe just hear from the sponsor the response to the revised proposed amendment.
MP Jo Lorena's proposal is not yet
We will
considered.
hear from the sponsor.
Mr. Speaker, we do not accept any further amendment except on the replacement of institute to program, Mr. Speaker.
Except
Which action will be later done, Mr. Speaker.
ano yung na-accept natin? Ano yung na-accept natin? Yung proposal ni Baintan, MP Baintan?
Yung proposal niya kanina, accepted na po yun, except yung website ang which ang action po natin dyan will be made later, Mr. Speaker.
Yung institution?
Not accepted in Mr. Speaker.
Not accepted. Floor leader.
Mag-react lang ako rito.
Kasi wala kang propose amendment.
Kasi
Puro lang, hindi naman yan mag-appointment. Kasi Mr. Speaker, I fully respect the opinion of the proponent, but if we can reread the section 6, Mr. Speaker, in order for us to fully agree on the wordings, I am open to it, Mr. Speaker, because the way it is written right now, I myself is not convinced of the other, some of the wordings, Mr. Speaker. So if Mr. Speaker could allow us for another 1 minute, Mr. Speaker, to fully agree on the wordings.
Floor leader, there is a request to
For us to fully agree.
You request, Mr. Speaker, for a minute suspension.
1 minute suspension. Session resumed. Observation from the chair. It seems that may I have your ears, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members. This is the observation. There is a need for cleaning up of the amendments so that it will not bring about more confusion and we can be faster in deliberating. So if it pleases the body, the chair would like to have some to hear some proposal from the floor on what's our next move. So 1 minute again, suspension. Floor leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I move for the deferment of the consideration for BTA Bill number 31 to until our next session on Monday.
Next session on
Monday,
Monday. ba?
November 20, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. There is a motion to defer consideration of bill number 31
Yes, Mr.
until Monday, next
Yes.
session.
Mr. Speaker, only the bill. We still have matters in the order of business, particularly the privilege hour.
Privilege hour.
Yes,
Okay. Parliament consideration of BTA Parliament Bill number 31 is hereby deferred until next session. Next.
Mr. Speaker,
Privilege.
now in Roman numeral number 11, which is the privilege hour, I move that we recognize Deputy Floor Leader Ana Tarhata Basman for her privilege speech.
For privilege hour, we recognize MP Ana. MP Ana Tarhata Basman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. More than 11,000 dead, including at least 4,630 children and 3,130 women. Continuous bombing of hospitals and supposed safe passage routes as well as declared safe zones. Unceasing attack on civilians, journalists, medical professionals, even from inside the hospital complex, all throughout the day and night. Unrelenting refusal to provide access to food, water, electricity, fuel, and much needed medical supplies. If these are not war criminals, Mr. Speaker, I don't know what are. Mr. Speaker, we stood before this chamber about a month since, calling the attack on Gaza for what it is, a clear and unambiguous violation of international humanitarian law. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, what we saw pales in comparison to what we've seen since. This is plainly and without a shadow of doubt, genocide unfolding right before our eyes. Mr. Speaker, our institutions have revealed themselves and more the ordinary citizens of the world are seeing. That when it comes to some lives, calls for humanity are unheard. That when it comes to some actors or states, the rules of international law will not be imposed. This is a threat to international political order. No, Mr. Speaker, more than that, this is a disgrace. It is unacceptable. So we reiterate our call. There is no other option. What is clear to us ordinary humans should be clear to leaders who hold lives in their hands. There must be an unconditional cessation of hostilities. The longer this lasts, the farther we are to resolving the decades-long conflict in the Middle East. The longer this lasts, the more we show the weakness and frailty of our international institutions. The longer this lasts, the more we scream to the world that Palestinian lives don't matter. Let Gaza live. Ceasefire now. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Very short and appealing statement. Next, floor leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize MP Matarul Estino for his
MP Matarul
privilege speech.
Estino is recognized.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. My utmost courtesies to our beloved Chief Minister Al-Awwal Ibrahim, Honorable Speaker Attorney Pangalian, my esteemed colleagues in this most august body, the hard-working staff of Bangsamoro government, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I rise today with a deep sense of respect for this institution and to the leadership of the Bangsamoro government. I rise on behalf of our Bangsamoro farmers and fisherfolk who are striving to make a living for their families and ensuring to be the backbone of the farm and the food security and stability. I rise to speak on the matter of national significance concerning the state of our agriculture and fisheries industries in relation to the study visit of the Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform in Hiroshima and Tokyo, Japan. I rise on behalf of the delegation of the Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform, joined by Vice Chair MP Amrosi Makatano, Prime Minister MP Muhammad Yaqub, MP Eddie Ali, MP Ibrahim Ali, MP Musber Alauddin, MP Danas Nawin, MP Don Mustafa Loong, MP Bayintan Ampatuan, MP Rasul Ismail, and Committee Secretary Aliuddin Harun. The same delegates who, despite the hurdle, remain steadfast to represent the Bangsamoro. Of course, we would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to the Bangsamoro government and Japan International Cooperation Agency for fully supporting the committee in this rare responsibility of strengthening ties with the Japanese government as one of our international partners for development. This humble representation will be establishing three crucial points this afternoon. First, that the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao can also be a symbol of peace and hope where Bangsamoro communities valued and commit the concept of peace, justice, reconciliation, and resiliency amidst the challenges the nation is facing today. Second, that the policies and the laws of Bangsamoro government on agriculture as a key development strategy shall promote productivity measures and provide support for small farmers, landholders, and marginal fisher folk, as well as young individuals who study agriculture, fisheries, and other related science. And last, that it is crucial for the August body to craft agriculture policies that strengthen direct participation of Bangsamoro farmers and fisher folk cooperatives in the agriculture and fisheries industries of BARM. Adoption of new technologies and farm machineries for production and post-production, including more focused governmental funded research on fisheries modernization and establishment of the policy and preferential fishing rights in the Bangsamoro regional water. Bangsamoro's commitment to peace, justice, reconciliation, and resiliency. It is my immense pride and gratitude bearing witness one eye-opening experience that we have been yearning to share to this August body as soon as we arrive in Cotabato. Last June 19, 2020, JICA positively responded Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform requests and invited the said committee for a study visit in Japan. On the third day of September 23, we departed for Japan, and the next day, our study visit began at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, a solemn place that resonates with profound historical significance. Standing at the very ground zero of the atomic bomb, we paid our respect to the countless lives lost during the devastating events of 1945. The years of following World War II were challenging as the city faced the colossal task of rebuilding from scratch. However, people of Hiroshima began this task with a spirit of resilience and unity. They sought not only to build their city, but also to transform it into a symbol of peace and hope for this and the rest of the world. The story of Hiroshima teaches us that even in the face of the most devastating circumstances, it is possible for us to rise, rebuild, and even flourish. It teaches us that peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, reconciliation, and shared commitment to a better future. For over 4 decades, Mindanao, particularly BARM, has been tormented by conflict, causing immense suffering and hindering development. However, We can draw inspiration from the remarkable reconstruction experience of Hiroshima, a city devastated by war, and apply its lesson to the warm transition toward lasting peace and prosperity. We must acknowledge that the path to peace is not easy. It requires unwavering commitment, dialogue, and inclusivity. The real strength of the Bangsamoro is it people who possesses a great chance to turning into a nation of resilience, discipline, courage, and hope. Through the Bangsamoro government, we have already started this transformation. To name a few, the rebuilding of infrastructure, the creation of economic opportunities, and a focus on health and social services to those affected by various crises. During the course of the visit, we paid a courtesy call to Mayor Matsuo Kasomi of Hiroshima City, who discussed to us the essence of peace promotion in Hiroshima, tireless effort in advocating for the peace. Similar to Barm, we hit the ground running by investment in peace initiative and every facet of our government and bureaucracy. During our time in Hiroshima, we had the privilege to witness the first-hand remarkable agricultural development in the region. The peace and reconstruction effort in Hiroshima served as a symbol for the Bangsamoro region, reminding us that resilience and unity are key to overcoming adversity. The lessons we learned from Hiroshima experience are invaluable. We must strive to foster peace and reconciliation within our own region, drawing strength from the shared history and culture of the Bangsamoro people by embracing dialogues, understanding, and tolerance. We can lay down the foundation for a prosperous and peaceful Bangsamoro. Agriculture and fisheries development as a key development. I rise on behalf of our Bangsamoro farmers and fisherfolk who strive to make a living in the thick of increasing prices of commodities and dwindling national economy. Despite thereof, this sector serves as the foundation of the farm food security. Our exploration of Hiroshima advanced agriculture method and small technologies open our eyes to the potential of modernization in the Bangsamoro region. Agriculture, as well as introduction to the smart agriculture practices, including the use of smart technology and optimizing food production, is a critical step toward improving crop yield, enhancing food security, and uplifting our farmers' economic status. The innovative education system at Saijo Agricultural High School led the delegation in press. We saw the potential for the establishment of Bangsamoro Science High School based on the similar model that promotes practical agriculture skills and encourages student engagement in various activities. The visit to fisheries and marine technologies center showcase cutting-edge research and capacity building effort in the field of fisheries. We were inspired by the centered work of hope to establish a similar research centered in farm to empower local fishermen and ultimately enhance the regional fisheries industry. One of the highlights of our visit was the tour of Hiroshima's advanced rice facilities and production method. Witnessing the state-of-the-art technology implemented in Hiroshima has inspired to envision a similar transformation in our own agricultural practices. By harnessing the power of innovation, we can enhance productivity, improve sustainability, and create more opportunity for our farmers and people. We are certain that the Bangsamoro government is committed to providing abundant support to the empower of our youth and entry figure in the field of agriculture and fisheries, ensuring that the success and contribution to the overall growth of our region. Philippine agriculture is the backbone of the economy. It forms the basis for food and nutrition, security, and provides raw materials for industrialization. BARM comfortably sit at the top of the term of fisheries production nationwide. For consecutive years, agri-fisheries productivity and food security places fourth in the BARM. Enhanced 12-point priority agenda for 2020-2025. This plan warrants the Bangsamoro government dedication and commitment to improving and uplifting the lives and economic condition of our Bangsamoro farmers and people. Our 2023-2025 cabinet legislative agenda includes the establishment of Bangsamoro Agriculture and Fisheries Training Institute in irrigation system, the crafting of the Bangsamoro Agri-Fisheries and Agrarian Reform Code, and legislation on the Bangsamoro Farmers Incentives Agri-Fisheries Development Center. Sound policies and legislation on agriculture and fisheries modernization for the benefits of the Bangsamoro. I rise today on the matter of personal and collective privilege to highlight the needs to build our communities' resilience through sound policies amidst the inevitability of the changing world, particularly rising inflation rate, food security, crisis, climate change, among others. Japan is highly developed in smart farming related areas, such as drone and robotic, and has adopted a variety of cutting-edge digital technology since 2019. To address the severe challenges of labor shortage, an aging society, and a lack of successor to undertake on agricultural work, the Japanese government has been compelled to promote agriculture policy reform and increase investment for fostering the development of smart agriculture. The visit to Setoda, known for its lemon production, highlighted the vast potential of uncultivated agricultural land in the farm. The delegation learned about the importance of cooperation between the local communities and the government in unlocking this potential for the benefits of farmers and economic growth. The visit to the facilities of Sataki Corporation demonstrates the importance of modernization, rice mill technology for increasing efficiency and quality-wise production. We would like to consider the possibility of implementing similar standard and facilities in the farm through formulating legislative policies for the same. In the cooperative development, we must move on from the organizational phase to actual farming participation in economic activities through transforming cooperatives into small business enterprises at the barangay level. In the fisheries industry, notwithstanding the partial exercise of our right over Bangsamoro water, BARM still lead in fisheries and aquaculture production for the first consecutive year. This amidst the current economic freedom of non-Bangsamoro companies who profit from our marine resources. Thus, it is high time, my colleagues, to adopt an enabling laws to regulate the exploration of our fisheries and aquamarine resources in order to ensure that the Bangsamoro resident fishermen will fully maximize the preferential fishing rights granted to them as prescribed by the Bangsamoro Organic Law. Finally, we in the Committee on Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform fully support the crafting of legislation focused on improving agricultural and fisheries policy performance to enhance the sector's long-term productivity growth, reorienting the focus of agriculture education and extension services to improve farm management skills, improving agricultural and fishery sectors, capacity to adapt to climate change through reliable climate information to farmers and fisherfolk, modernizing agricultural and fisheries institution and governance system based on statistical data-driven approach, and establishment comprehensive rules and regulation on preferential fishing rights over Bangsamoro. Mr. Speaker, a member of this august body, let me end this privileged speech with a few words about a peculiar trait we learned from our Japanese friends in relation to our deal. Resilient, the ability to adapt and recover from challenges and adversities is a vital skill that every individual needs to develop in order to thrive in life. Islam provides a unique perspective on resilience, emphasizing the importance of trust in Allah, patience and perseverance in facing life's challenges. The Holy Quran stated in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 45, and seek help through patience and prayer. And indeed, it is difficult except for the humbly submissive to Allah. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Two-minute suspension.
I move that we defer the turn of MP Romeo Sema for privilege hour to our next section on Monday.
There's a motion to defer the time of MP Sema, Romeo Sema to next session day, on Monday. And second, will the seconder any objection? Same chair is none, same is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adjourn the session until 1 p.m. on Monday, November 20.
There is a motion to suspend the session, to adjourn and resume session on Monday. 1:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. 1 o'clock on Monday.